It always starts small. A missed call. A text that doesn't sound quite right. A noise in the hallway when no one's home. And you ignore it until you can't. In the stories you're about to hear, reality unravels slowly. And then all at once. A woman vanishes, but her messages keep coming. A quiet college student is led into the woods in broad daylight and never returns. A family home seems haunted. And the truth is eerier than you can imagine. Each story begins simply enough, but things aren't what they seem. This is Silent Witness Chronicles, Murders with a Twist. By the end, you'll question how well you really know the people around you. Crime, conspiracy, cults, serial killers, murder. The dark subjects we study, so we don't become the next chapter. Today, 3 different cases with endings you will not see coming. So without further ado, seatbelts off, foot to the floor, brake hard, and through the windshield we go, into these murders with a twist together. Music. Case 1, The Ghost Behind the Screen, Carrie Farver, Omaha, Nebraska. 36-year-old auto shop manager Dave Kropa is starting over. He's recently separated from his long-term partner Amy, mother of his 2 children, and the idea of dating again is daunting. Soon he meets Shauna, Elizabeth Golyar, also a single parent of 2. They keep it casual in 2012. No promises, no pressure. Around the same time, Dave meets Carrie Farver, 37, a single mom and brilliant computer programmer. They have a meet-cute at Dave's shop when she brings in her Ford Explorer. Sparks fly. Carrie is independent, intelligent, lively, the kind of person Dave genuinely enjoys. That November, Dave asks Carrie out. Dinner goes well. They return to his apartment and unexpectedly cross paths with Shauna, who drops by without warning. The 2 women exchange a brief glance in the hallway. Everyone knows Dave is casually seeing people. No one's supposed to be invested. November 13th, 2012. Dave leaves for work before Carrie kisses her goodbye, and a few hours later gets a startling text from her. Can I move in? They've known each other 2 weeks. It's out of character and contrary to what they agreed. Dave politely declines. Instantly, the tone flips. Profanity, anger. I hate you. I'm seeing someone else. Don't contact me. That evening, Carrie is gone from his apartment. 2 days pass. Then the messages resume. Relentless, venomous. Dave changes numbers repeatedly. The messages keep finding him. Meanwhile, Carrie's family grows alarmed. She's devoted to her 14-year-old son Max and close to her mother Nancy. After the 13th, she doesn't come home. She misses a family wedding, her birthday, Max's birthday. Only strange texts appear. Nancy gets a message claiming Carrie took a new job in Kansas. Calls go unanswered, which is not like her. Aware of Carrie's history with depression and bipolar disorder, Nancy fears a crisis and reports her missing. Initially, police classify it as a voluntary absence. The messages suggest she left on her own. Dave keeps receiving whiplash messages. Please one moment, threats the next. With no one seeing Carrie in person, she becomes a ghost that lives in his devices. Dave and Shanna grow closer under stress. She says she's getting hate messages too. Her garage door is vandalized with "From Dave." She files a report pointing to Carrie. The harassment escalates. Threat emails whenever Dave and Shauna are together. One night a text lands. I see you. You're in your chair, feet up, blue shirt. It's exactly what Dave is doing. Someone is watching. Early 2013, Dave spots Carrie's Ford Expedition near his apartment. Police search it. One fingerprint on a mint tin, no match in databases. Carrie's son Max messages his mom on Facebook. When he asks for his middle name and the dog's name, the account goes silent. To those who truly know her, the truth is obvious. Carrie isn't the one sending these messages. 2014. The campaign intensifies. Vandalism at Dave's shop. A break-in attempt at his apartment. A brick through his window. Shanna becomes a prime target of threats. Dave gets an email with a photo of a bound woman in a trunk. Later, a fake obituary for Shauna circulates. Then the worst escalation. In August 2013, Shauna's house burns down, arson, killing her 2 dogs, a cat, and a snake. Dave, fearing for safety and sanity, arms himself. By 2015, with harassment ongoing and no physical sighting of Carrie, the sheriff's office brings in fresh eyes, detectives Ryan Avis and Jim Doty. 2 hypotheses: Carrie alive or Carrie dead. One name keeps repeating in the files: Shauna Golyar. She met Carrie only in a hallway, yet absorbs the brunt of Carrie's rage. Why? They re-examined digital evidence. Back in 2013, both Dave and Shauna had provided phone dumps. Ad forensics specialist Anthony Cava reviews them and finds photos of Carrie's SUV on Shauna's backup, taken weeks before police recovered the vehicle in January 2013. The unknown fingerprint from the SUV matches Shauna Golyar. The bound woman in the trunk photo came from Shauna's phone. A video uploaded under Carrie's name traces to Shauna's IP. Masked IP tools, message schedulers, and dozens of spoofed emails using Carrie's name. For 3 years, someone impersonated Carrie. 50,000 texts and 15,000 emails. And the most chilling truth, Carrie was already dead. December 2015. Under pressure, Shauna shoots herself in the leg and calls 911, falsely claiming Amy Flora, Dave's ex, ambushed her. The story collapses immediately. Amy has an ironclad alibi. Investigators, feigning belief, obtain another download of Shauna's phone. Logs of 20-30 fake accounts and the scheduling app. They ask Shauna to help get Amy to confess. Suddenly, Amy emails admissions, convenient, vague, then increasingly specific. Stabbed Carrie? In the car. Acting on that detail, investigators research Carrie's SUV a 3rd time, peeling back upholstery foam on the front passenger seat. Blood. DNA confirms Carrie Farver. A warrant turns up items of Carrie's in Shauna's home, a digital camera and camcorder. Dave recalls a stored tablet. Its memory card, used in Shauna's phone around the disappearance, contains a grisly photo, a decomposing foot with a tattoo matching Carrie's. With the digital mountain in place, December 22, 2016, Shauna Golyar is arrested for first-degree murder. In 2017, she waives a jury. The judge finds the evidence overwhelming. Life in prison. Dave, devastated. To learn Carrie wasn't at fault, that she'd been murdered, and the person I leaned on was responsible. It's still hard to process. Carrie's name is cleared. A scholarship is created in her honor where she once studied. The ghost behind the screen turns out to be the living antagonist. Case 2, taken at Daybreak, Holly Bobo, Darden, Tennessee. Dawn light on April 13, 2011. Holly Bobo, 20, a nursing student, studies at the kitchen table in her favorite pink blouse and jeans. Her parents have left for work. Only Holly and her brother Clint are home. Around 7:30 a.m., the family dog erupts. Clint looks out to see a camouflage-clad man speaking with Holly in the garage. Holly's boyfriend Drew hunts and often wears camo. Clint assumes it's him. The conversation seems tense. Holly looks distressed. He hesitates, trying to give them space. A neighbor reports a scream. Their mother Karen phones. "That's not Drew, get the gun." Clint double-checks. As he watches, the man grips Holly's arm and walks her into the woods. Clint rushes out. There's blood by Holly's car. Within minutes, she's gone. Law enforcement arrives quickly, but the organized search of the woods lags. A massive community effort follows. Investigators find Holly's lunchbox on a rural road, then her school paper, cell phone, and SIM card in separate locations. The case explodes into national headlines. A $250,000 reward is offered. Rumors swirl. People speculate about the boyfriend. Some even whisper about Clint. Police state he's not a suspect. Officers look at registered offender Terry Britt. No evidence ties him in. Other names surface. Zach Adams, his brother John Dylan Adams, Shane Austin, and Jason Autry, locals known for criminal activity and heavy drug use. Early tips mention them, but nothing sticks. For more than 3 years, the town lives in limbo. Then, in 2014, investigators focus on Zach Adams. He appears nervous, refuses to share his number or allow a search. Afterward, he vacuums his car for an hour and hoses down a mattress outside. Red flags. Dylan is arrested on a weapons charge. In exchange for leniency, he says that on April 13, 2011, he went to Zach's house and saw Zach and Camo, Jason Autry, and Holly, and that Zach claimed to have recorded a sexual assault. Arrests follow. Shane Austin signs a secret immunity deal for cooperation. It's revoked when he's deemed untruthful. In 2015, Austin dies by suicide. In September 2014, 2 hunters find a human skull in a remote wooded area of a neighboring county, a gunshot wound at the base. Nearby, ribs and teeth. DNA confirms the remains are Holly Bobo. With recovery of the body, prosecutors press forward. Testimony, especially from Jason Autry, paints the awful picture. Holly is abducted in the morning, restrained, struck in the head, and later moved towards the Tennessee River. On the riverbank, wrapped in a blanket, she moves, still alive. Autry shouts. Zach Adams panics and shoots her in the back of the head. A boat approaches. The men abandon their original disposal plan. In the days after, paranoia rises. Zach even tries to enlist Autry to kill his own brother Dylan for talking. Verdicts. Zach Adams is convicted of kidnapping, sexual assault, and murder. Life in prison plus 2 consecutive 25-year terms. John Dylan Adams enters an Alford plea in 2018 and receives 35 years without parole. Jason Autry gets a lighter sentence for cooperation, though he later tries to recant parts of his testimony. Skepticism remains. A stretch of Highway 641 is renamed Holly Bobo Memorial Highway. Justice comes late, but it comes. Case 3, The Man Inside the Walls, Daniel LaPlante, Townsend, Massachusetts. Autumn 1986. The Bowen family, Father Frank, daughters Tina, is 16, and Karen, 9, notice oddities. Objects moved, TV flicking on and off, strange nighttime noises. Frank blames scary movies and teenage imaginations. Then one night, the unthinkable. A young man with painted face, wig, and a hairy coat steps from a hidden spot, brandishing a hatchet and wrench. He corrals the family and a visiting friend into a bedroom at gunpoint. Tina keeps calm, jumps from a second-story window and runs for help. Police arrive. The intruder is gone. The search reveals narrow crawl spaces behind cupboards and within walls. Someone has been living inside the house for weeks. 2 days later, Frank returns, sees a figure in the window, calls police again. On the walls, I'm still here. Come find me. Family photos stabbed with knives. Officers discover the intruder still inside, curled behind a panel, Daniel LaPlante. He's a juvenile. He's held briefly and then bailed out by his mother, unsupervised with charges pending. Less than a year later, he targets another home less than a mile away. The Gustafson family, Priscilla, 33, pregnant, Andrew, and their children Abigail, 7, and William, 5. December 1987, Andrew returns from work to a nightmare. Priscilla on the bed, bound and gagged, shot twice at close range. Signs of sexual assault. Officers find Abigail and William in separate bedrooms, both drowned in bathtubs. Abby bears blunt force injuries, suggesting she fought back. A manhunt follows. 2 days later, a resident and an officer surprise a wide-eyed teen in a nearby house. He bolts into the woods. He attempts a carjacking. The driver escapes by jumping from the moving vehicle. That evening, police find him huddled in a dumpster behind a lumber yard in the next town over. LaPlante is in custody. At trial in 1988, the sequence emerges. LaPlante had been stalking the Gustafsons' home. That afternoon, he breaks in, confronts Priscilla and William, binds Priscilla, locks William in a closet, assaults her, then executes her. He drowns William upstairs. When Abigail returns from school, he overpowers and drowns her downstairs. In roughly 20 minutes, an entire family is destroyed. The jury convicts on 3 counts of first-degree murder. The judge imposes 3 consecutive life sentences. Massachusetts has no death penalty. LaPlante shows no remorse. Andrew Gustafson eventually remarries, carrying 2 rings, one for Priscilla, one for his new marriage, until his passing in 2014. LaPlante remains behind bars. Crumbs seem harmless, until they trace the outline of a monster, a message, a shadow, a creak in an empty hall. Sometimes it's jealousy with a keyboard, sometimes drug-fueled cruelty, sometimes a predator hiding inside your walls. As these files close, ask yourself, how well do you really know the people around you? This has been Silent Witness Chronicles, Murders with a Twist. Thank you for being here. Stay alert. Take care of one another. If there's a case you want us to cover, tell us below. I read everything. Until next time, stay safe.